Song of the Wind is where we get to do some really awesome bow retakes, or sometimes they're called bow touches, to remind us that as we retake the bow, to touch the hair to the string without making a lot of noise or a lot of scratching, without bouncing. Okay, that's what a retake is. It means we're going back to the frog, or back to the lower half, or back to another part of the bow, because we're about to go the same direction. So what happens in Song of the Wind, we play measure 4, it's a down bow quarter note, but then measure 5 also starts down bow. All right, so we end up doing 2 downs in a row, and that's what a bow retake is. Same thing going from measure 6 to measure 7. Measure 6 is a down bow, okay, and then I retake the bow, bow touch, and measure 7 is also starting down bow. So like so, I'll go slowly. There's that down, then I retake and come back here for measure 5. Retake, measure 7. And here's the third one, and it's different than the other two. So in the first 2 retakes, I have a quarter note rest in which I have time to do the retake and get back here and then start the next down bow. Between measure 10 and 11, I do not have an entire quarter note rest. That is what the comma is for. The breath or the lift is my time to do the retake. Yes? And retakes like this really are out of time, I like to say. They are not with the pulse or the rhythm of the piece. If I take the entire beat to get back and do the retake, I'm going to be late, right? If I'm landing on the string as the note is supposed to be starting, I am late, right? It's like that old saying, if you're on time, you're late. Or no, how's it go? If you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you're late. That is 100% true for bow retakes, okay? I have to get there early so that my bow is set, then I can do the down bow. For example, and I'll still go slowly here, measure 10. So I have to be rhythmical. This is why it's important to put on a metronome. Let's put it on the medium tempo here. It's about the tempo I just went. Right? I was set before the beat. Watch what happens if I get there on the click. Well, I can kind of mask it there, but usually what happens with students and beginners is if you go, there's like a bounce and a harsh that happens, okay? And I also don't want to do that going between 4 and 5 and between 6 and 7. See what happens if I take the whole beat? Then I'm only getting to the string when it's time to play. The bow retake has to be faster than the beat. Set. Set. And saying the word set can really, really help you, okay, to learn the bow retake and get the bow set in measure 4, excuse me, it's measure 4, and then in measure 6, yes? All right, then when you get really good at it, maybe then practice the transition from 10 to 11 and resetting the bow and doing the down bows. The part of the bow that I'm playing in is the lower half, all right? I have mostly eighth notes. It's only mezzo forte, so I'm going to be around the balance point to do this. So if you'd like to play along, if you need some help practicing and playing along, I have a video that's all playing along metronome softly, and I'm going to do it at 3 different tempos for you, and you can find that right here.